Right, so this week hasn't exactly gone to plan. I was going to make a seat. I got these from some auction site, and I was going to chop this wood and put it on here. Except for when I come chopping the wood, it's like, don't actually have anywhere to put it. So this week we're going to use some of this wood, and hopefully leaving enough for that, and whatever else I can find lying around to make a workbench, so I can actually hold the wood to make the thing for potentially next week. But we will see about that. But anyway, this week we're going to make this is all pallet wood. We're going to make a bench out of pallet wood. You're going to be in the way, aren't you, dog? Not in the way, I think. Get some braces in. Like that. Also, it should be worth noting that I only have a drill and a jigsaw. Don't have anything to do anything accurate. Okay, so I've cut the ends, these bits. We're just using the length of the bars. We need to cut the angles onto the cross braces, onto the things to help hold the whole thing square, and make them all the same length. And then over here we've got a pile of legs, and there's some bits left over there we'll use for cross bracing or similar with the legs as well. Help stabilise everything. Might even put a little shelf in underneath. So, but first, let's get these cross braces. Cross braces? Angly bits in the corners. And we're going to do that on our concrete workbench, which is this step over here. And for the record, I hate using the jigsaw with this really weird angle on it. Jigsaws can do this. So it means you cut like this. Like, it does work, but it's a pain. Now what we're going to do is drill and screw it together. So as with all screwing, you want to clear the holes first. Using one of these. What do you reckon? You trying to sniff the sharp things again? Hey? Do you want to sniff it? Oh dear. Is it hot, Poppet? You can go inside, or you could lie in the shade with Chester. Do you think I'm finished at this point? Do you? Probably not. You gotta look at the camera. Look. Ah, now what? Better? There we go. Right. Okay, so we're putting the legs on. I forgot to turn the microphone on. The screws going in, 5 screws, 3 on one side, 2 on the other. You'll see. I'm going to do over here next. Just, yeah, this corner. But it's a wee bit hot today, so we're going to do as little moving around as possible. So you always do one on the side first, because that pulls it all the way over that way into the corner. And if it isn't all the way this way into the corner, there's enough screws here just to pull it all in anyway. Cool. Right, so in theory, we have a table. Oh, very tall table. Too tall? Possibly. Okay, so I've got these. So I've got these. What are they? 6 by half, 6 by 3/4 planks. And I think this is what we're going to use for the tabletop. Not touched down yet, but I think what we'll do is we'll attach them all down, and then we will do the cutting thing on the end over here. Okay, so at this point you could call this done. It's pretty solid, but part of my concern is these legs, if you push here, there's a big moment on these screws, and so I want to connect the bottom of the legs together, and that way it'll kind of clamp it and make it all a bit more stiff. And the other thing I want to do is I want to put a beam across here, because some of these are a wee bit flexible still, so not so much the ones on the edge, but the 2 in the middle. So we've got a bit of wood to do in here, like this, well, under there. And then I've got a couple more bits of pallet over here to do some bracing-y things. But more importantly, I finally have a table to clamp wood to. And I can actually do semi-neat, as neat as you can with the jigsaw cuts, which I'm mildly excited about using now. So let's trim this one down to size and stick it under the table to make it make the tabletop stiffer first. Oh, it just fits. Okay, so the next bit, I'm going to put a brace across between the legs and then one central bar. But what you could do if you really wanted to have a shelf down there is to have either just do braces between the legs and then lay planks across those, or do a cross brace between the legs and a vertical on both sides and lay planks across. The reason I'm not doing it is I want this table to be movable. And if you have a shelf down there, the habit is to put loads of stuff on it, and then you won't be able to move it without moving all the stuff, which means you'll never actually do it. So by not having a shelf, it makes the table more transportable for longer. Okay, so I'm just going to trim the legs. You don't need to see it. You know what short legs look like. Maybe, I don't know. And the same as this, but shorter. See, looks the same, just with shorter legs. Cool. Pallet wood, table, bar, horizontal surface to put your shit on. If you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe because YouTube demands such a thing. And I will see you next week. In which case we'll hopefully be doing this. There's a possibility we won't, depending on how weather goes. We'll see. Bye!